don't forget to subscribe. You're gonna cut it fast, right?
I'm Ryan.
I'm Charity.
And this is Parenting is for Losers. I care for my kids.
I care for my kids.
Caring is an important part of being a loving and good parent.
Sometimes, as a loving and good parent, it's important to let someone else take care of your kids, and with great urgency.
As hard as you try to protect your little evil Knievels, there is a good chance they will do or contract something that will have you searching for medical advice from a strip mall storefront, sandwiched between a dimly lit Chinese restaurant and a TJ Maxx.
Enter the urgent care, your one-stop shop for speedy healthcare, as long as that one stop does not require anything remotely serious.
Urgent care is like if your family practice doctor was available on nights and weekends. Except it's not your family practice doctor, it's a nurse practitioner named Lance, who has a small but growing TikTok following. Not that he can't treat patients or isn't qualified to treat patients, it's just that his name is Lance and he has a small but growing TikTok following.
Taking your kids to urgent care can be stressful. Here are some tips to hopefully make the trip a little smoother. This is the TUVs of dealing with urgent care.
Letter T, tackle all of the clinics at once.
One of the biggest stresses of urgent care is the bottleneck of paperwork.
Ed's Minute Clinic has never met you before. Good old Ed wants to know two things off the bat. One, how you're gonna pay, and two, your whole life story before someone will even glance at the pus coming out of your kid's ear.
Our advice is simple. Get and stay in the system. When you are in the hospital with your newborn, call every urgent care within a 10-mile radius of your home and give them your information.
It might take a while, and the nurses will probably encourage you to rest, but this is important. All right? Try to knock out 3 or 4 clinics in between vital checks.
Then, when you get home from the hospital with your newborn, go to all of those urgent care clinics to make sure they have your information. Ask Linda to turn her monitor so you can visually confirm that they have all your kids' info.
Have her email it to you. Hard copies are welcome as well.
Then, when your kid is actually sick and you're super stressed out, you can just glide past the front desk, be seen, get a prescription, go home, and in 4 weeks, receive an astronomically high bill because, as it turns out, Ed's Minute Clinic was not in your network. Letter U, use caution on the weekends.
During the work hours, your 4-year-old could probably juggle flaming chainsaws while balancing on a 2-legged stool on top of the roof for hours without incident. But the moment it hits 5:01 p.m. and your doctor's phone goes to voicemail, your kid will break his arm trying to tie his own shoe.
Nobody's getting stitches at 10 a.m. on a Tuesday. It's just the way it is. It's like a law of nature. If it's 8 to 5 on a work day, your kid is gonna be as safe and healthy as ever. It's the nights, weekends, and holidays when strep throat, minor burns, and broken bones come out to party. Letter V, venture a diagnosis.
Before you go to urgent care, Google it. Do your best to figure out what's going on with your child and let the physician know when you get there. It's empowering. Of course, it won't change anything. No matter how hard you try, your kid is not going to leave that office without an ear infection. It must be policy, right? Little Johnny could have cut open his hand in a biking accident, and Dr. Lance will stitch it up, but not without mentioning that his ears look a little red and prescribe some antibiotics. Every time.
I think my kid has a cold.
Boom, ear infection.
I think my kid sprained his ankle.
Boom, ear infection.
I think my kid has appendicitis.
Boom, ear infection.
My kid hasn't pooped in 4 days.
Boom, ear infection.
I think my kid has an ear infection.
Boom, double ear infection. If you have kids, don't even think that urgent care is not in your future.
But hopefully, these observations and ridiculous tips will make your next trip a little bit smoother.